Ivan, maybe tell me a little bit about what was it like for you before you joined the program, and what made you want to start working with me?
Hi, Adi. Thanks again for the invite here. And it's funny that we met through social media. Your video started coming up on my feed, and for me, it was just part of this research that I was doing on becoming a better man. But I didn't even understand what becoming a better man was. So I was just masculinity, researching things like that, and you popped up, and I found one of the things that attracted me was that synergy that you had with your girlfriend on the videos, and I said to myself, she seems like she's in a very place where she trusts him, and maybe there's something there that I can pick up. So we jumped on a call, and I thought it was a very good plan of what you offer, the coaching that you offer, the one-on-ones, the support. And I said, let's do it. I didn't even think about it twice. And I'm the type of person that I'm very methodical with how I spend my money. But for this one, it made sense
Mm.
right away.
What was
So
it exactly that was bothering you at the time when you joined?
what was bothering me at the time?
Yeah.
I was coming from a place of not understanding exactly how to not I wouldn't call it fit in, but how to be maybe respected by other people. That was the mentality before.
Hmm.
Before I was looking at ways in which I would see, hey, I'm noticing some disrespect, but how do I get people to respect me?
Hmm.
And that right there just shows the narrowness of the mindset that I was in before.
Right. You were looking for that respect, that appreciation externally.
Yeah.
Mm.
And as we went through the course and I learned really the basis and the foundation of what masculinity is like, I come to understand now that it's not a part about seeking validation or seeking who respects you, but if you have true respect in yourself and your beliefs and what you stand up for, not so much what you bring to the table, but what you represent in
Mm.
general. That is what, in a organic way, is going to get you not only the respect from others, but it's going to get you the respect for yourself,
Mm.
the drive that you want in your life, that is going to help you accomplish all of your dreams, including maybe if you're wanting to get married, the woman that you're going to get married with, or even have enough courage and enough joy in yourself to say, you know what, this person is not for me, and that's
Mm.
okay. And that's okay.
Okay, so you're kind of saying that. I mean, maybe we'll get to that in a second. But you said something like along the lines of that it's the inner journey, rather. It's like this. You were like what you're saying is that you were searching for something externally, like other people to respect me, women to like me. How do I do that? And then you found that when you went internally, you kind of found all these things that you wanted, and the outer kind of followed.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. And that
Exactly.
allowed you to kind of come back to your ex-girlfriend, and have her respect you and all of that stuff in the end.
Yes, we ended up getting back, and
Yeah.
I also learned through this whole process how to understand the female mentality. And yes, we are different. Men
Mm.
and women are different.
Yeah.
And um,
Big surprise there.
oh yeah, oh yeah. Um, but through this whole process, I learned how, from a point of love, I can provide her with those boundaries that, in a female mindset, helps her stay
Mm.
safe next to a
Mm.
man, feel safe, feel protected. Um, and that was huge. I had no idea, no
And
idea that was something that I needed to
the thing
provide.
that the thing that I really liked about your process is that from week to week, you were telling us about how she was responding to your actions and how
Yeah.
she was responding to how you were being, and it was like night and day to how it was before, right?
Yes. And there was something that I still remember from one of your coachings, Adi, and that was, you said, really a key concept in the epitome of masculinity is to have this provider mindset.
Mm,
What is a provider mindset? It's not just how much material things you can provide, right? Provider mindset is providing safety in every realm of the world
mm,
for the rest of your family, not just women. I mean, there's probably some guys here that might jump into this coaching because they feel some anxiety to talk to some of the women they're starting to date. But down the road, when you do find that someone and you end up getting married and you end up having kids, what about those children? What about the rest of the family?
yeah.
So these are just foundations that are going to help you become a better father.
Hmm.
They're going to help you become a better leader, maybe at your work. Because let's be honest, you're going to be interacting as well with other men and women at the workplace.
Right.
And it's nice to understand the psychology between both genders so that you can accomplish goals and help them accomplish the goals that they're looking for.
Totally. And what was it like for you? Like, it's hard to pinpoint on one thing clearly, but what was it that allowed you, do you think, to kind of like step into this, to kind of understand this inner part of yourself, to have this inner journey successful?
Um, I needed to leave away fears. I think that fears are the most destructive things in the life of a person. And I needed to go the fear of having someone give me guidance. I think that that's a little bit of pride as well,
Mm,
in which maybe we don't want to be told, hey, this might work better if you do it this way, right? And that's why we call it coaching. And this is the first time that I do any kind of coaching. So it was literally letting someone tell me what to do outside of my parents, right? And not a boss, because at work it's different. It's you're working for something. But no, in
mhm.
this case, it was something that I decided to do, and I had to put my pride to the side. I had to be as open as possible to allow for someone else's perspective to help me, because ultimately that's what it was. You created this program to help other men.
And I think there's definitely something to be said about you there, because throughout our process, one thing that I saw about you is that you were very, very open. Like, there wasn't a lot of resistance from you. I mean, there was critical thinking, yes, but there was not resistance to the process. Like, you were very, very open to the opportunity to change, the opportunity to grow, the opportunity to be more, to inspect your inner beliefs and to kind of challenge them as like, hey, maybe that thing that I believed all my life is actually not true. Like, how would I behave if it wasn't true? And that's why I think you had such good results. Like, literally, I remember when we just did the first kind of talk before you signed in, I told you, like, man, 21 days and you'll be good. And
Yeah.
like 3 weeks, I already saw such a huge change in you. And I think that one of the things that was the catalyst for that was the fact that you were so open to change and so willing to go and work and implement the stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so talk to me a little bit about how are things right now. So how are things after the coaching? How are you feeling with yourself? How you carry yourself? What are the results in the field?
Yeah, no, after the coaching, I am at a place where, on a professional level, I am taking in more responsibilities, and I feel very happy for it, because this new belief in myself allows me to say, you know what, I am capable of doing that, and I am capable of bigger and better things. So that's one part on the professional. On the personal side, relationship-wise, I was able to let go. So that relationship ended up not working out.
Hmm.
However, that was something that I decided that it wasn't going to work out.
Mm,
And maybe before I would have just said, "Hey, let's just stick around and let's see if something changes.
mm,
See if maybe, because I want some companionship. Let's see if things will change." But no,
mm,
now I'm starting to understand what I want, and it's not being selfish. It's also from a place of love that I understand that maybe the other person wants something different, and that's okay.
I love it.
You do your thing, and I am going to do my thing. And if that person doesn't align with what I'm seeing, that's okay. I am willing to let go, and that's something I couldn't do before.
That's amazing. Your ability to say, I always say that your ability to say it, to give a genuine no, is what will allow a genuine yes. Because if you can't give a no, then your yes is worth like jack shit, right?
Yeah.
So how are you looking into the future when it comes to relationships? What kind of clarity do you have that you didn't have before? How are you approaching this?
Right now I'm focusing on, we hear this, I'm focusing on myself. We hear this a lot, but this is something where I am putting in my efforts into building the life that I'm going to be genuinely proud of building, and applying all of my knowledge, all of my efforts to that, learning and even making mistakes, and being and showing myself some grace when I make some mistakes, because it's part of what I call building a kingdom is like. And if we look at the great leaders of history, they've all made mistakes. I'm also going in a mindset in which I can now tap into other people, and I can say, you know what, you do this better than I do, and I would really like your help. Before I wasn't able to do that. Before I was just, okay, I can do it all by myself, and you know, I can do this because I have to prove myself. But there's times where I know that another person does it more efficiently, and that gives me the ability to concentrate on what I really, really command and what I really dominate, and apply my efforts to that. So that's part of the growth that I've had through this program. And then on the personal stage, you know, right now I'm focused on really building that life that I'm proud of. If something else were to come, let's say another relationship would come, that would come organically, and it would come as a product of the things that I'm doing as for me. And one thing I've learned is also the female mindset really values and respects a man that has a drive in life and that knows where he's going. And it's not that you have to prove it to the world. You just do it, and they will notice. So, you know, for those men that are looking to jump into relationships, focus on yourself for sure.
Yeah. It sounds a lot like I love that you said that you used the word kingdom, because it looks just a lot like you're operating out of this kingship energy rather than the prince energy, where the prince energy is this immature version of the masculine, which you had some before. Remember when we talked about your tendency to create drama or all kinds of things like that, where it's kind of like this, the spoiled version of the masculine. There's like, I don't wanna, versus this king energy that is like, I do. I am operating, I am doing, I am leading. If I need to delegate something, I delegate it. If I need to consult with someone, I consult. There is no ego. There is simply get things working, whatever I need to do to have the kingdom prosper.
Yeah.
Right. That's beautiful, Ivan. Man, thank you so much for jumping on this interview. I appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely, Adi. Keep doing what you're doing. You're helping a lot of men out there.
Thank you, bro. Thank you, bro. And